Picture this. You drop your wallet on the busiest train in the world. Cash inside, cards, everything. In most cities, it's gone forever. In Japan, there's a very good chance it finds its way home, with every single yen still tucked inside. This isn't luck. It's a system so wholesome and so weirdly efficient that visitors swear it must be a myth. But the numbers are absolutely real, and they are jaw-dropping. It starts with the koban, the little neighborhood police box you'll find on street corners all over Japan. There are more than 6,000 of them, and they are the beating heart of this entire operation. When someone finds a lost umbrella, a phone, or a fat envelope of cash, they don't shrug and walk on. They carry it to the nearest koban and hand it over the counter. And people do this constantly. Here's the wholesome part. Japanese kids are taught to do this from the moment they can walk. Find a 10-yen coin on the sidewalk. You march it straight to the police box, and the officer fills out a form for it. For 10 yen. The officer takes it seriously every single time. That tiny ritual, turning in a single coin, quietly trains an entire nation to believe that lost things belong to their owners. Now, all those found items have to go somewhere. In Tokyo, they flow to one legendary place, the Metropolitan Police Lost and Found Center, a towering building near Idabashi. Inside, it looks like a museum of everyday life. Endless shelves of umbrellas, walls of phones, rows of glasses, keys, toys, and single gloves waiting for a hand that may never come. And the cash. Oh, the cash. Every year, people in Tokyo alone hand in the equivalent of tens of millions of dollars in lost money. Found on trains, on sidewalks, in taxis, in phone booths. In one recent year, that number topped 3 billion yen, around $30 million, turned in by strangers who could have simply kept it. And here comes the real kicker. The majority of it gets returned to the people who lost it. Not a scrap kept quietly. Handed back, counted, complete. Japan even wrote it into law. The Lost Property Act says that if you find something and turn it in, you're entitled to a reward, usually 5 to 20% of the item's value, from the grateful owner. And if nobody claims it, after 3 months, the finder can legally take ownership. Honesty, quite literally, pays. The results are almost unbelievable. Studies have found that in Tokyo, the overwhelming majority of lost phones and wallets handed to police are successfully reunited with their owners. Tourists tell the same story over and over. Left a phone on a bullet train. Forgot a bag at a ramen shop. Dropped a wallet at a festival. Hours later, returned, untouched. If stories like this make you fall a little more in love with Japan, do me one quick favor. Hit that subscribe button. We tell one delightful Japan story like this every single day, and you won't want to miss what's coming. To understand how wild this really is, consider the experiments. Researchers and journalists have deliberately lost wallets around the world just to see how many come back. In many big cities, most simply vanish. In Tokyo, again and again, they come back, sometimes with a polite note attached, and the finder refusing to accept any reward at all. There's a word that hovers over all of this, atarime. It roughly means the natural, obvious thing to do. Returning what isn't yours isn't heroic in Japan. It's just, well, obvious. Some trace it to Shinto and Buddhist ideas about cleanliness and conscience. Others point to a tight-knit society where being trusted by your neighbors matters far more than a quick profit. A lot of it simply comes down to childhood. Kids grow up handing in coins, cleaning their own classrooms, and learning that the group only works if everyone plays fair. There is one hilarious exception to all this honesty, the humble plastic umbrella. So many get lost and turned in that the center overflows with them, and hardly anyone bothers to reclaim a cheap umbrella. So mountains of them pile up, unclaimed. The one lost item Japan has quietly given up on reuniting with anybody. For everything else, the machine hums along. Each koban logs its finds, ships the unclaimed ones to the central center, and keeps meticulous records so owners can search. Lost something last Tuesday on the Yamanote line? There's a database for that. You can describe your item, and staff will hunt through the records to try to match it. When there's a match, the reunion is almost ceremonial. You show identification, sign for it, and walk out with the very thing you were sure you'd lost forever. Some of the returned cash comes with a twist. If the owner turns up, they often give the finder that legal reward. If not, the honest stranger may walk away with the whole sum months later. Either way, honesty wins. It all adds up to something almost magical. A city of nearly 14 million people where dropping your wallet is an inconvenience, not a catastrophe. It's not that Japanese people never steal, or that crime doesn't exist. It's that an entire culture has quietly agreed that lost things should find their way home. And it all traces back to that one small, beautiful habit: a kid, a found coin, and a walk to the police box, repeated millions of times across generations. So if you ever visit Japan and lose something precious, don't panic. Find the nearest koban, take a breath, and trust the most honest lost and found system on earth. Because in Japan, finders keepers never really caught on. And honestly, the world could learn a lot from a country that hands back $30 million a year, one lost coin at a time.